probably used to watching me go through videos with PDFs and stuff, but this we're just gonna go right into the charts, kind of free work, and talk about what price rejection or rejection candlesticks are in Forex. A rejection candle is a candlestick that shows price attempted to move in one direction, but the market pushed it back up, rejecting that price level. For instance, you could have a uptrend, and let's make these candlesticks green as we go forward to say this is an uptrend. So you could have an uptrend in the market, candlesticks pushing up, green candlesticks pushing up, etc. Let's say something like this. And the candlesticks have been pushing upwards, bullish in a uptrend. So what does price rejection look like, or where does price rejection usually come in? It could be at the peak of an uptrend or the bottom of a downtrend. For example, this would be the market in a uptrend. The candlesticks are going up, and let's just say this is a 4-hour or a 1-hour time frame. Now, rejection matters because it signals something. It signals potential reversal and the loss of momentum in the previous direction. So for example, if you get a candlestick that looks like this, let's say at the top, something like this at the top of a trend, a market that's been pushing up for quite some time, like seen here. And what does this candle tell us? What does it signify here, right? We're looking at an uptrending market, and then a candlestick that just kind of comes in at the top, telling us something about the current direction that the market was going in, right? It's telling us there's a pause in momentum here. Now, a rejection candlestick is usually going to have a long wick. It could also be classified as a smaller bodied candle. And these candlesticks are often going to appear at the bottom or top of trends or around key levels of support and resistance / supply and demand. So that is pretty much what rejection means, what a rejection candlestick looks like. If you have the market going in a downtrend, let's say, you have multiple candlesticks pushing down. Let's say there's strong, bigger body candlesticks that are pushing downwards with momentum in the market. A rejection candlestick could be something that comes at the bottom of that trend. It could be a small bodied candlestick that looks even something like this with a wick on one side. This is a good indication to tell you the trend is over. The reason rejection candlesticks are important is because they'll help you avoid getting in trades too early. For example, if we were looking to buy in this downtrend, there's no reason to buy until we get the rejection candlestick, right? There's no reason to buy in this red candle, this red candle, this red candle, right? Same thing up here. If you're looking at the first example that I went over about a bearish rejection, we have an uptrending market, right? So there would have been no point in selling here, or no point in selling here, no point in selling here, or even on this candle. After we got the rejection candlestick is when we can look for sells. Or after we get the rejection candlestick bullish is when we can start to look for buy setups in the market now. Traders make a big mistake in not waiting for rejection candlesticks, even if they're around key price levels, around key areas of support and resistance. For example, this is the Euro USD chart that we're looking at here. And you can see a nice key zone here where I have a break and retest of previous support here. So we can see the market makes a low here. So what does it create here? It creates an area of support. And then the market breaks underneath that area of support. So thus creating a breakout and creating a lower low in price. So here we break out of a key support area. And we can see the market comes back to that key support area. And now what do you see with these candlesticks here, here, and here? This is price rejection here. Why? Look at the wicks of the candlesticks. I want you to notice that there are these long wicks that pushed up but failed, right? The market broke out but failed. It came back, and then we get a strong bearish move down. This is a good sign of rejection right here. Maybe not the one that most traders can be familiar with in the beginning, but this is called wick rejection. And that could even look something like this in an area of resistance or an area of demand, support and resistance, aka. For example, see here how we have this resistance zone and we're getting some wicks that go above it, spike above it, but then we get rejection down, thus creating some sell pressure. Same thing here, we have a demand zone and price and we have these wicks that are pretty much just rejecting into it, thus creating some buy pressure. So long wicks, something like this, bullish or bearish, are a type of rejection. It can be that candlestick like I showed you in the beginning that's going to be at the top or the bottom of a trend. We have a bearish example here, we have a bullish example here. So when we go back to the chart, for example, and we look at long wicks, this is a type of rejection that most traders don't train their eye to see, but I think it's one of the easiest to spot if you really start paying attention to the long wicks that get created and how the market reacts afterwards, especially when you have like a key area like this. You can see a key area where there used to be support, market breaks it, trades into it, acting like resistance. So rejection candlesticks, for example, right here is a rejection candlestick, something similar to this. Now, one tip is whether the candle is green or red, it doesn't necessarily matter, but it depends on where the candle is. It could still be a rejection candlestick, even if it's red or green. For example, up here, you could see how that candle with the wick is super green, but it has that long wick. Or example down here, you could see a good rejection candlestick here that comes at the bottom of this trend and then shifts the market up, which will maybe look sort of like one of these candlestick patterns with the small body and a long wick before the market makes a reversal move to the upside. The mistake a lot of traders make is trying to trade in conditions like this and think it's buy the dip. They don't wait for that signal or that rejection candlestick to come into play. That tells you, okay, the sell pressure is over. Because imagine if you were looking for buys here, you would have failed. You would have definitely hit stop loss. Even if you were looking for buys on that candle, you would have went in a pretty decent drawdown and might have hit a stop loss there as well, depending on your stop loss size that you're comfortable or used to using. So rejection candlesticks are not just for the sole purpose of obviously like, oh, we're going to get the best entry, but it can help us avoid entering early, which helps us get a better entry at the end of the day, right? So understanding rejection candlesticks is important because I'm not going to sell on a green candle like this. Even this next candle goes up all the way to here. It would have been a strong bullish candle at one point, and it comes right back down. So selling after that candlestick would have been ideal. You can have different types of rejection candlesticks. Smaller bodies, so these would be examples of bearish rejection candlesticks examples here when it comes down to the anatomy or the psychology of understanding the different sizes of the bodies and the different sizes of the wicks. The opposite would be bullish. So if this is a bearish example, opposite of this would be bullish. The candlesticks would pretty much be flipped upside down. Here you have all your bullish candlestick patterns, the best ones, the main ones. Here you have all your bearish candlestick patterns. Now there's going to be the same candlestick patterns for bullish and for bearish. They're just going to be opposite of each other. For example, here you have a shooting star, which is a bearish candlestick pattern. That's going to be seen at the top of an uptrend. It's going to be a candlestick that signifies that the bullish momentum is switching over, that buyers tried to force prices up, but it failed, thus creating a reversal. This is what it looks like. Pretty much has that long wick, small body like I was talking about. Now, if we look at this chart and we look at the bullish candlestick patterns now, the opposite of that would be the hammer. So when we're looking at the shooting star, and then we're going to bullish, the opposite of that would be a hammer candlestick pattern. Just like bullish engulfing candlestick pattern, opposite of that would be a bearish engulfing candlestick pattern. Here you have the evening star, opposite of that would be the morning star. Now, every single candlestick has a different anatomy to it when it comes down to bearish or bullish rejections. This tells you the behavior, the significance, and the strength of the candlestick's body. So this is why it's really, really important to understand rejection candlesticks, because not only is it going to position you better, but those trades that you get in super early. For instance, if you look at this chart, you could see this was in a long downtrend here, pushing down, pushing down, pushing down. We had this candle all the way down to here. When do you notice the market actually started to stop and turn over? It was when you started to form these smaller body candlesticks right here down at the bottom. So any trader who would have just been trying to buy the dip or catch a falling knife and just predict price like, oh, I got to buy here, oh, I'm going to buy here, I'm going to buy here, would have probably got stopped out or ended up over trading, taking more trades than they should have. Here would have been the proper time to be buying after these candlesticks that you can see here. Rejection candlesticks can happen anywhere. They can happen in a downtrend like I just showed you, or an uptrend, right? Here is pretty much like what I was drawing out at the beginning for you guys on the chart. You have all these candlesticks pushing up here, just pushing up, pushing up, pushing up, pushing up. And then you have this one candle here right in the middle that gives you price rejection. So think about it. When you're involved in a market like this that's just going up, this is why you need to understand this concept, because there's no reason to sell at all until you get that rejection candlestick. The only time to sell would have been after that candlestick. Before that candle, it wouldn't have made sense to really sell anywhere. Maybe this candle here is small, looks like it might have been turning over and reversing, but you can see how we still went up in the rejection candlestick. It's a small body on this one, happens at the top here. And again, market ends up pushing down after that candle. When's the next rejection candlestick that you can see? Here. Now, market didn't go up exactly right after that candlestick and here, but think about if you were buying here instead of here, 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 or here. You would have been positioning yourself where you want to be. And that's why trading takes patience, because you're not going to be a part of every trend. You're not going to be part of every move. So it takes time actually letting the market go up or go down, because essentially it takes a move to make a move. It takes a big bullish move to make a big bearish move. Same thing, it takes a bearish move to make a bullish move. So it's all about positioning too and staying patient and not trying to force the trades when they're not even there. Because anytime I've taken a bad trade, it's usually when I can go back and look at the chart and be like, I shouldn't have took a trade there. I didn't wait for a rejection candlestick. So that's why rejection candlesticks are super, super important. So rejection candlesticks are going to happen at peaks or basically throughs, bottoms, where the market can be overbought or oversold. Usually is when we're seeing these peaks or these low points created. So one thing I would do is study the chart how I'm doing it. Pick a random spot and go forward on where you see the significant moves. For example, I can see a significant move started here, right? And before that, we had a bit of an uptrend. And then market comes all the way down to this low. From there, it has a significant move. The next significant move I could see is here. So I like to look at where significant moves start from, right? Where do they start from? Where do these moves start from? And that's how I like to study and look at my rejection candlesticks. You can see multiple rejection candlesticks here. Some of them that start significant moves, some of them that start some smaller movements. But these are all rejection candlesticks. A candlestick that goes the opposite direction of the current direction that the market is going on. So you could pretty much take any chart. This is Euro USD, and find the concept of rejection candlesticks on it when you study it like this. When it comes down to rejection candlesticks, you don't need to master every single one. Honestly, there's a good amount of different types of rejection candlesticks. So here you got 5, 10, 15 different kinds here on this picture that I'm showing you here of the different candlestick patterns. Honestly, it's not trying to be a master at them all. It's maybe picking the 2 or 3 or the 3 to 5, 2 or 3. It doesn't have to be more, less, or more. That really fit your eyes, that really fit what you see, that fit the setups and have alignment with the movements that you're seeing in the market. The way I teach and the way I show you guys is usually the types of candlestick patterns that I'm used to seeing when I'm winning trades or entering trades. So you don't need to be a master at everything in trading when it comes down to candlestick patterns, indicators, concepts. Knowing how every single indicator works isn't going to make you more profitable. It's just going to have more information. So only focus on what really works for you and what is clear and simple to understand. That's how I've gotten results in trading and been able to help hundreds and thousands of people achieve results, is by keeping it simple and not trying to overthink. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Comment if you enjoyed this video, if you got value from it, and I'll see you guys on the next video.